Good evening, everyone. We're going to go ahead and get started in just a couple minutes. I just wanted to announce that we do have a translator here this evening if you need those services. So, Ms. Diaz, would you mind announcing that?
Yes, sure, Mr. President. Solamente queremos informarle que hay una traductora de inglés a español. Quien necesite traducción, estamos disponibles. ¿Dónde está nuestra traductora? ¿Está ahí atrás o pueden hacerlo por medio de audífonos? Gracias.
Thank you very much. All right, I think, are we ready to go live? We're just waiting to get the stream on YouTube. This is how we become YouTube famous, is through this, and so that everyone in the community can watch if they so desire. And it's recorded. I don't know if anyone knew that. You can go onto YouTube and watch it anytime you want. So I think we are good to go. So is the countdown already started then? We are live. We are already live. All right. Sounds good. Well, thank you, everybody. I'm going to go ahead and call this meeting to order at 7:14. We'll go ahead and do a... Okay, sorry. We got to take... we had a closed session beforehand, so I'm going to go ahead and take action on that first. So there's two items. So board, I would like to request a motion that student number 032324 be expelled pursuant to Education Code 48917 from the Duarte Unified School District for 1 calendar year with placement at Opportunities for Learning. This student is eligible to reapply for readmission to do, let's see, this is MIT, Mount Olive?
Yeah, yes, that's correct.
So, Mount Olive, per Education Code Section 48916, 1 calendar year per the completion of the rehabilitation plan. Can I get a motion for that, please?
So move.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Bell, a second by Ms. Carroll. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you very much. The next item, I'd like to request a motion that student number 042324 be suspended for the remainder of the year pursuant to Education Code 48911G from the Duarte Unified School District for the remainder of the year. Can I get a motion for that?
So move.
Second.
Mr. President, may
Yes.
I have a point of clarification in that, please? You
Yes.
say for extension of what?
So this is to, it's a motion that student 042324 be suspended for the remainder of the year. This is an extension of the suspension.
The extension
Correct.
of the suspension?
Yes.
That's
Okay,
correct.
thank you.
There was a motion by Mr. Bell and a second by Ms. Holguin. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you very much, board. All right, now we can get on to the regularly scheduled meeting, and we'll go ahead and start with a roll call. Mr. Bell.
Present.
Ms. Diaz.
Present?
Mr. Finley, present. Ms. Holguin.
Here.
And Ms. Carroll.
Present.
And board member Priscilla.
Here.
All right, thank you very much. And Dr. Emerson, is all of your team present?
Yes, Mr. President, all present.
Excellent, excellent. All right, well, we'll go ahead and move on to the flag salute to be done by Mr. Bell.
May we all stand for the flag salute. Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you very much.
All righty, thank you very much, Mr. Bell. And then I will go ahead and ask Board Member Holguin to go ahead and read our beliefs, our vision, and our mission.
Our beliefs. We believe
We are a community of learners. We believe learning occurs in a culture of caring and respect. We believe all students are motivated to learn when they are engaged in meaningful work that connects to their lives. We believe expectations do influence performance and outcomes. We believe learning increases when there are high expectations for performance and conduct. We believe we have the responsibility to find solutions that enable all students to learn. Our vision, 21st century schools producing 21st century students. Our mission, provide knowledge, skills, and inspiration for each student for success in college, career, and life.
Thank you very much, Board Member Olguin. All right, we'll move on to the next item on the agenda, which is the adoption of the agenda. Can I have I guess, is there anything to add, Dr. Emerson, to the agenda?
No, staff request approval as presented.
All right, thank you very much. All right, so can I have a motion?
Motion?
Second?
Motion by Board Member Carroll, second by Board Member Bell. All those, or any discussion? Seeing none, we'll go ahead and vote. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you very much, Board. All right, next item on the agenda is to spotlight Valley View Academy of Technology and Creative Learning.
Good. Oh, no. Can you hear me now?
We can hear you.
Okay,
Thank you
I'll
very
have
much.
to lean in. Good evening, board. Good evening, cabinet, and good evening to our Duarte community. This is going to really throw me off a bit. We are here this evening. My name is Erin Fish. I'm the principal of Valley View Academy of Technology and Creative Learning. I have Mary Jansen, who is our teaching and learning coach, gate teacher, and just extraordinaire of everything. And tonight we are going to share with you all about our gifted and talented education program at Valley View. I'm first going to bring up some of our Valley View students so we can prep, and then I'm going to let Ms. Jansen start our presentation while we get some of the stuff set up. Come on up, kiddos.
All right.
Good evening, everyone. I'm just here to give you a little overview of our GATE program, and I'm going to just talk a little bit about what it is to be a GATE student. What does that mean when you're in GATE? So GATE students are students who are gifted or talented in areas such as academics, leadership, visual and performing arts, and creativity. Do I need to make this go for? Okay. And it's important to note that not all high-achieving students are gifted, and not all gifted students are necessarily high achievers. And so a high-achieving student is someone who knows what it takes to be successful. They're willing to put in the hard work and the effort. And a lot of times those are the people who are successful in life. And for a gifted student, they can be high achievers, but sometimes they're not, because giftedness really is an innate advanced aptitude that may or may not emerge as exceptional academic talent over time. So they may have this ability, but if they don't work hard with it, there lies the problem. So it's super important that they realize that could be a downfall. So I do have a little bit about what does a high achiever look like versus what a gifted learner looks like. That's our next slide. Slide after that. Oh, and after that. Okay, there we go. So like a high achiever, they know the answer. A gifted learner asks the questions. The high achiever might work hard or grasp meanings. The gifted learner performs with ease, and they draw inferences from things. The high achiever may be a top student, but the gifted learner is beyond their peers. That's some of the differences between high achieving versus gifted. And then how do we identify students as gifted in Duarte? So we look at 3 criteria. We look at the STAR or SBAC scores, and they need to be exceeded or advanced for 2 years in a row. We also look at the Raven, it's called Raven's progressive matrices, but we call it the Raven. And we'll talk a little bit more about that, but you have to be within the 5 top percentile of that. And then the last thing we look at is the indicator of potential, which we will also talk about in just a moment. So all kids in Duarte are tested at 3rd grade. with the Raven. And the Raven is, if you can move that forward, and one more. There we go. So there's some examples of the Raven. The kids often find it very fun. And it's really, there are 60 items, and it measures abstract reasoning. And it really looks at fluid intelligence, which is reasoning ability, and the ability to generate, transform, and manipulate information. You have to look for patterns. You have to figure out, okay, what's going on here, and in order to get the right answer. And these, they get very hard, very difficult. And sometimes these kids amaze me with their scores. It's really cool to see, who comes out as gifted. And sometimes it's not who you think, on the first look. So then the indicator of potential is the next slide. And those are students who, we fill these out as a team with the teacher, with the instructional coach or the teaching and learning coach, with the principal. We all kind of weigh in and look at the kid specifically, every little thing about them. Does this child have a high intellectual ability? Do they have a particular discipline that they're really amazing at? Are they creative? Do they have leadership skills that are just amazing? That kind of stuff. And then with the combination of those three things, the indicator of potential, the Raven, the exceeded or advanced scores, we say, okay, is this a gifted student? And then it's a team decision. So passing the Raven doesn't always mean you're accepted into the program. And then we have to be careful because there are students who are twice exceptional students. Those are students who are gifted, but they're also easy to overlook because they might have other things, other learning or developmental challenges that might make us initially think, oh, they're not gifted. So we have to really be careful because that's also something to consider. And then finally, the fun stuff. How do we service our gifted students at Valley View? So it's a pull-out program. We have 48 students right now, and they're 3rd through 6th graders. And as you know, we test the students in 3rd grade. And we usually, all across the district, we test them in January. So there's only a few precious months, like a month and a half, before testing starts. And then GATE has to stop because it's all about testing. So those 3rd graders, they kind of get an introduction to what is GATE. And they use the dot and dash coding robots. Sometimes we'll do escape rooms. It just kind of depends on how much time we have. We've done mysteries and had mock trials, just different things depending on what the time frame is and how long the teachers will give them to me, because it is a pull-out program. So that introduction to GATE, we also talk about the 5-headed dragon, and we talk about there are 5 things that can really hold back a gifted student. And I'll just give you one example. One of them is gifted students are often stereotyped as being, oh, they're so smart, they don't need help, right? But they do need help. And they often don't know how to ask for help. And they may stagnate and freeze, not know what to do. Happened to me as a kid. I didn't know how to ask for help because everything came so easy, and then all of a sudden, I had to ask for help, and I almost failed out of UCLA. I was on academic probation. But then I got it together. I figured out I need to ask for help. And so that's something that could stagnate a student who's gifted. And so we talk about that, and then we go into whatever it is we are going to do next. So year 1 of GATE, we're really getting into the robotics and automation. And they use the VexIQ kit, and we look at how robots are used in real life. We do a lot of research, and we look at the Fukushima Daiichi nuclear disaster and how robots were used to clean that up and what kinds of robots they used. There were 3 in particular that they used. And then in learning how to use the VexIQ, we create a toy. An original toy that has to have at least one moving part, and then the students make a presentation about that toy. A lot of them choose to do iMovie, which is super fun, and they get to use those iPads. It's really fun. The next year, we get into the components of the VexIQ kit, and we we make test beds, we learn how things work together, like the robot brain, the motors, the gears, the sensors. And then we do a class map where we actually get to build a chassis, and we get to work with it. And then the final year, we do individual team challenges. And it kind of follows that nuclear disaster idea, and there are certain constraints and criteria to the map. A third of it has to be water, for example. It has to be a 5x5 piece, that kind of thing. And then they have to move that toxic waste into the toxic waste collection zone within the given time frame. So that's kind of everything in a nutshell. And oftentimes when we have extra time or we finish something early, we'll move on. I let them kind of choose. We talk about what would you be interested in doing. So it kind of looks a little bit different from year to year and from class to class. And then sometimes people want to spend a little more time on something, so it might take a little bit longer also. But I have some kids here.
Just so we have some amazing students who are going to introduce themselves and just kind of share about their experience. And
Ms.
do a
Fish,
demonstration. Oh,
into the mic
sorry.
for folks online.
I'm so used to using my big t-shirt.
I got you.
Sorry. I don't normally use microphones. So we have some kiddos here who are going to share out their experience. They all are kind of in different phases. So it's a little bit different, like Ms. Jansen said. Each year they're working, could be, they do this first year, second year, third year progressively. And so their experiences are all a little different. And even though our third graders, we don't have any with us today, but even though they are only about a month and a half into it, they're coming in at their lunchtime at every opportunity, begging their teacher, please let me go see Ms. Jansen for Gate. She said I could come for some extra time. They're in there working. So these kids are so into it that they're giving up of their free time. If they finish their work early, they're asking their teachers, can we go work on our projects? And to see the more completed projects next Friday, a week from tomorrow from 3 to 5, we will be hosting our Technology and Creative Learning Showcase. And our GATE students will be able to show, during the day the kids will get to walk through it, but our parents, our families, community are invited from 3 to 5 to come walk through and see this in addition to, every child will have something, but our GATE program will be able to demonstrate all of their stuff. So I'm gonna have Preston come talk first and introduce himself. You have to talk into the mic because they're gonna know.
My name is Preston. I am in 5th grade. I've been working this year on making a toy and making an ad for it, like the iMovie thing. Our team has been making fidgets, and we just finished our ad. And it's been fun to work together and create something as cool as we've created. And it's fun to work together and be with other students who are like you.
My name is Desiree Ramirez, and I'm in 6th grade. And my team has been working on a little road like this, and the goal is just to basically make a robot and get the toxic waste to the area without having it get off the road and having it not contaminate the water.
And we're gonna have them demonstrate in just a little bit, so thank you, Desiree.
My name is Audi Tang, and I'm a proud Valley View student in 5th grade, and I'm in the GATE program, and we're designing robots to take toxic waste out of areas and to put them in, other areas. And then we have to make sure to not contaminate the water with the toxic waste, and, yeah.
All right. Okay, we're gonna move the map a little bit more into the center, and they're gonna demonstrate. So here's hoping they don't contaminate the water. increases, so we're working through it. All right, go for it.
It's fun.
Audi, pull the map down so you can get his robot onto it. And the great thing about it is the kids really, I mean, it's fun, it's exciting, but they really are going through the planning process and, you know, just problem solving and designing everything and figuring out what works best. But they absolutely are so proud of their work. And again, like I said, they're giving up their free time to go in and do this. So if you are available next Friday, we welcome you to come join us for our Technology and Creative Learning Showcase from 3 to 5 and check out all the great stuff. So, any questions?
Can you repeat that date again?
It's Friday,
Friday?
the, what's the 17th, from 3 to 5 p.m.
Thank you.
It'll be during the school day for our kiddos, so if you all would all like to come during the school day, but we'll open it up to the community from 3 to 5.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
All right. And I would like to say thank you to Audi, Desiree, and Preston for being so brave, practicing their, you know, presentation skills and speaking in front of a big crowd, because while they are all great talkers and communicators, this is still nerve-wracking because they don't know their community, their audience. So good job. Let's give them a big round of applause. And to, of course, their fearless leader, Miss Jansen, who we could not have this all be possible without. Okay, questions?
All right, thank you very much. Board, any questions, comments?
Yes, Mrs. Fish, out of, you say 48
48 students right now, third through
48
sixth
students.
grade.
How many of them are here tonight?
We, unfortunately, with the end of the year and timing, we were a little bit, you know, we knew what we wanted to do, but we were unable to get more kiddos here. So, but we, you know, it's just been a busy time, but we do have 48 eager kiddos. Some of them a little bit more nervous about being people. We were trying to convince them, but, you know, we do have some parents here as well whose students aren't with them, but they are here as well. So very proud parents, very proud families.
I am very pleased and proud to see that you are helping the kids to make conscious about what's going on in our world and the need that we need to save Earth and all that. So thank you. Thank you.
I was going to ask about the escape rooms. You actually make up escape rooms in your classroom?
Ms. Jansen, can you speak to the escape rooms? It's all safe, I promise.
Yeah, we've done escape rooms, but the escape rooms are really, it's in the form of a locked box, and they have to find the combination to get out of the classroom. And it's all academic based, and they have to solve problems, and sometimes it's English language arts based, sometimes it's math based, and it's a lot of fun because the kids are in a time crunch, because usually I only have them for 45 minutes at a time, so they've got 45 minutes to get out of that room. and then I simulate a.
That sounds fantastic. That sounds like so much fun.
And just to add to that, when, you know, a lot of GATE programs, this is embedded in the school day. My experience with my kids and other schools is that the GATE program is maybe once a month, it's after school, or it's once, you know, every couple of months. And so this is, I feel like it's very unique in my experience being in Duarte, having my kids in a different district, that our students are having so much more exposure and opportunity to problem solve and work through a process. Because my exposure as a parent and just in other schools, has been that it's like okay, this is a one-time thing, and we're doing this for the day, and it's a great activity. It's you know, it's really engaging. But for these kiddos to be able to work through a process over time and over years makes it that much more valuable. And just, I mean, like the kids said, working with their peers, working on a project, being proud, problem solving, the creativity that goes behind it, the excitement and engagement. The fact that they're carrying that on over time is, I think, what makes it the most valuable piece of this program, besides the energy and the creativity of Miss Jansen that's driving all of this, because, again, it cannot happen without her. But I think it's just really unique in that they're doing this over time. So it's just, I think it's more beneficial in that. So.
Great job. Great
Yes,
job.
thank you.
Great job.
So one comment I just wanted to quickly make was as I was watching the toxic waste getting moved around, and thinking about the dirty laundry that's sometimes in Preston's room, I was thinking about hiring one of those robots to maybe clean up some of that toxic waste. We'll talk after. Thank you very much. We appreciate it.
Good job.
All right, now we are going to go ahead and move on to some recognitions at Duarte High School. We'll invite up Principal Haro to go ahead and do that.
Well, thank you. Hello, everyone. It is my honor and privilege as principal of Duarte High School to be here tonight to celebrate the remarkable achievements of our top graduating seniors. So I'm here to congratulate, celebrate, and honor our top graduating seniors. They are the valedictorians, the salutatorians, and all distinguished honor roll recipients, which means students graduating with a 4.0 or better.
Whoa.
So these are the top of the top, the cream of the crop, and we're super proud of them. Roll a little something here. These students that I am about to call up have not only excelled academically, but have also demonstrated exceptional leadership, character, and dedication through their 4 years at Duarte High School. Tonight, we honor their countless hours of hard work, their commitment to excellence, and relentless pursuit of knowledge. But before I call up these fabulous Falcons, I'd like to acknowledge the people around the room tonight who have supported, encouraged, and believed in these students. To all the teachers who have nurtured their curiosity and challenged them to reach for new heights, and also, of course, to the parents who have provided unwavering love and guidance. We extend our deepest gratitude. This could not have been possible without you, of course. So first of all, I'm going to call out the valedictorians, salutatorians.
And Mr. Haro,
Yes,
if
sir.
you can just give us one moment, I'm going to have the board actually recess from the dais so we can actually welcome and receive each of the scholars. So board, if you can join me on the floor. Thank you.
Okay. So this year we have 2 valedictorians and 2 salutatorians. All 4 of these students are exceptional students, have gotten involved in many things. They all have their unique skills and talents and personalities. They're fabulous Falcons. I'm going to first call out the 2 salutatorians and then our valedictorians. So first, this young man is our salutatorian. He loves basketball. He is a 4-year varsity basketball player, all-league basketball player. He was a captain this year. He was a kiosk tutor and part of the CSF. He plans to be a civil engineer and will be studying at Cal Poly Pomona. So our first salutatorian is Mr. Daniel Espinosa. Okay, our second salutatorian, this young lady is awesome. She loves reading books, building Legos, coding, and running. She got involved in many things at Duarte High School. She was part of the Dart team, Duarte STEM Club, Interact Club, Key Club, Environmental Club. She played varsity soccer. She ran cross country, Pasadena Coder School internship, Movimiento Estudiantil Chicano de Aztlán, Tri Engineering Summer Institute. She is going to study aerospace engineering at USC. So our second salutatorian is Miss Alejandra Mejia. Okay. Now to our valedictorians. These two young ladies honestly took every single challenging course we offer at Cal Poly. All of these students, they're part of the early college program. They took AP courses, but not specifically about these two young ladies. They went above and beyond and honestly took every single course that they could that was AP or early college and succeeded. So all of these students obviously got all A's in every single one of their classes, but these two young ladies went above and beyond and really, really challenged themselves and were very, very, very successful and just awesome people. So one of our first valedictorian I'd like to call up, this young lady loves reading, dancing, loves doing community service, and loves learning new languages. She participated at school with many things like Interact Club, CSF Federation, the American Legion California Girls State program. She was a delegate for that. She volunteered at the Huntington Hospital. She was internship for the Friends Indeed. She was kiosk tutor, the Fem Power Club, vice president of Model UN, and she's a competitive dancer for the last 13 years. This young lady is going to study law and political science at UCLA. Miss Sophie Owen. That's mine. There you go. And last but not least, of course, is our second valedictorian. And they're two valedictorians because they are, 1/1,000,000th% point different from each other. So we couldn't really distinguish. Both of them did such great work for Duarte High School. So this young lady here, she loves reading, hiking, photography, traveling, piano. She's a Taekwondo second-degree black belt. Don't mess around with her. Volunteering. She loves volunteering in the community. She played varsity tennis, inter-club president, City of Hope volunteer, Duarte High School's Environmental Club, CSF, DART, Duarte Youth Mayor's Council, the vice president for that. She participated in internships at City of Hope, the Roberts Academy. And this young lady is an outstanding student, an awesome person. She plans to be a medical doctor and study at UCLA as well. Miss Dia Shah Patel. Okay, so I didn't ask permission, so I won't let him get in trouble. I'm gonna do something a little differently now, because now we have other outstanding students. These students I'm about to call up are also great students who are graduating with above a 4.0. They're considered distinguished honor roll recipients. They also got involved in many things, not just academics. So before I do that, I would love to call up our counselors to help me, Ms. Renee Hulamard and Peter Castillon. So at this time, if I can please have our distinguished honor roll recipients, please come forward. That's you all. Remember we talked about we talked about this. I know, right? So they're going to introduce themselves and just quickly tell them their school, their major, their plans. Okay. Yeah. So the rest of these students are distinguished honor roll recipients, and they are going to finish their high school academic career with above a 4.0, unless something horribly happens second semester with senioritis, which I'm a little worried about a few people over here. No, I'm kidding. They're all going to do great. They're doing great. If we can just, anyways, I won't get into it. So moving forward, we're just going to go ahead and they're going to introduce themselves and let you know what their future plans are. So please move forward. Yeah, just say your name. Say hi, my name is.
Hi, my name is Nashida Abbas. I'm going to attend Cal Poly Pomona in the fall as a biology major in hopes of becoming a dentist in the future.
Hello, my name is Isaiah Norton. I'm going to attend UC Riverside, and I'm going to major in computer science in order to one day work in cybersecurity for the CIA.
Sorry. Hi, my name is Caitlin Huerta. I'm going to be continuing my education at Citrus College for an AA in Allied Health, and I'm still undetermined on where I'll be transferring out to.
Hi, my name is Yadira Estrada, and I will be attending UC San Diego and majoring in computer science in hopes of working in the tech field.
Hello, my name is Sophia Amaya, and I'm going to attend UC Riverside. I'm majoring in political science, and one day I hope to become a leader in my own community.
Hi, my name is Madison Jones. I'm planning on attending UCLA for political science, and I hope to become a social justice lawyer.
Hello, my name is Ashley Guerra, and I'm going to continue my education at the University of Southern Irvine, UC Irvine, in hopes, I'm going to study biology in hopes of becoming a doctor. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Cannon Su. I'm also going to be attending UCI, and I'm going to be majoring in computer science in order to one day become an AI programmer.
Hello, my name is Dante. I'm going to attend Cal Poly Pomona and major in electrical systems engineering technologies in order to hopefully become a electrical engineer.
Yes.
Hi, my name is Leonardo Gamboa. I plan on attending Cal Poly Pomona to major in computer science to hopefully one day become a software engineer.
Hi, my name is Helen Salinas, and I'm going to attend Azusa Pacific University and major in nursing in hopes to one day become a pediatric registered nurse.
Hi, my name is Catherine. I'm planning to go to UC Santa Barbara and major in global studies on pre-law track. I want to become a corporate lawyer.
Hi, my name is Luisa Mata. I'm going to attend University of San Diego, and I'm a major in human biology in hopes to become a medical examiner.
Hi, my name is Yvette Luna. I am going to attend Citrus College and planning to transfer to UCI later on. And I'm planning to major in nursing and in order to one day become a registered nurse and specialize in pediatrics.
Hello, my name is Alejandro Uribe. I plan to attend Citrus College and then transfer to Cal Poly Pomona. I plan to major in computer science to one day become a software engineer.
Hello, my name is Molly Dennis. I am going to attend APU. I am planning on majoring in psychology in hopes of becoming an occupational therapist.
All right. Yes, and these are our distinguished honor roll recipients for this year, so congratulations. We're going to take a quick picture. If I can also please call up our valedictorian and salutatorians, because you're part of this group. Dia, Sophie, come on up. Daniel, did you leave? Hopefully not. Alejandra, come on up. Get up here. This is your crew. Thank you guys so much. What is that? Oh. That's going to be Priscilla next year. Yeah, we did.
No, stay right here. Don't leave yet. Thank you, Mr. Haro. So we have one more recognition that we want to do this evening. And so for our final recognition, we want to give a special thanks and to recognize somebody who has done an amazing job serving this school district and more specifically serving this Board of Education over the course of this school year. The district and the board has a deep value around elevating student voice, making sure our students are recognized, making sure that our students, their thoughts, their perspectives, and the things that they want to see around their school campuses, we elevate that, and we want to make sure that our students have a voice and that they have a representative on the board that can share that voice. And this year, this district and this community has been served exceedingly well by the student board rep from Duarte High School. Priscilla Navarrete has done a phenomenal job of representing the scholars of Duarte Unified School District and more specifically Duarte High School. Her reports are thorough, comprehensive, complete. She eats, sleeps, and breathes Duarte Falcon, and she represents her colleagues and her classmates and her school and community exceedingly well. We want to thank her for her service and for her commitment to the board and for her commitment to her community. We see you, we recognize you, and we celebrate you this evening, and we want to recognize and honor you as our student board representative for this school year. Thank you very much. So Priscilla, if you could come forward and accept this token of appreciation from the board. You're very welcome, and thank you very much. And stick around, because she's going to give a board report, and you won't be disappointed. It'll be comprehensive. Thank you so much, and at this point, we're going to take a quick, Mr. President, with your permission, a quick recess. A quick recess. There are refreshments that are in the back there. Thank you so much. And again, congratulations to all of our Duarte High School Falcons for your achievements. Well deserved. Thank you to Valley View for an exceptional presentation. We're going to take a quick recess. Thank you. Oh, yeah. A picture with. I'm not seeing it. Is it this?
All right, we are going to go ahead and get started up again. So if you want to go ahead and grab your last treats and a drink or something and have a seat, we will go ahead and get started. So our next item, and before we get started, I thought I was going to recognize a former board member, Mr. Tom Reyes. Is he still here? I saw him earlier. Okay. Yeah, maybe he's outside. Anyway, we will, if he steps back in, oh, there he is. Yeah, I just wanted to recognize former board member, Mr. Tom Reyes. Thanks for coming. All right, so we'll now move on to reports from Ms. Priscilla.
Good evening, everyone. What a great evening we're having so far. So the end of the school year is right around the corner, and I'm so grateful and thankful that I've been able to share all these great things that have been happening at the high school for this school year. So many great things have happened since the last time we've met. About 3 weeks ago, we had prom at Cocoa Palms, and students had an amazing time. Seniors and juniors were able to dance the night away and enjoy some delicious food. The food was amazing. It was Cuban food. And then 2 weeks ago, we had the spring rally. This was a chance for us to celebrate our spring academic honor roll students who have had great accomplishments with their academics, as well as our spring sport athletes and our ASB seniors, since this is kind of like their senior night because it's their last rally. And then last week, we had our famous Clash rally. And I have to say, this event was such a success. I think for the students, we made it the event of the year. I wanted to say that I'm so proud of my school for all of the amazing spirit that was seen last week. Clash is about coming together and representing your class with pride, which is exactly what was seen throughout the whole school. All during school last week, everywhere you turned, you saw participation in the Clash Spirit Week, which is such an amazing thing. DHS is entering a new era of school spirit, and I'm so glad that I get the opportunity to be a part of this, as well as share this amazing thing with you guys. We are so proud to see all of our students coming together. Seeing what I was able to see last week made me overjoyed. I have personally been in ASB since my freshman year, and to have seen the school spirit increase over time, and it's incredible to see where we're at now. I'm so proud of my high school and honored that I get to be a part of DHS. As the year begins to end, it's time to say farewell to our seniors. Yesterday was Decision Day, where all of our seniors were able to share their accomplishments and what they plan on doing in the next chapter of their life. This week, we have been celebrating our staff, since it's Teacher and Staff Appreciation, by having them enjoy wonderful treats that have been given by the community. We love and appreciate our staff at DHS so much. At the high school, every teacher and staff member have what we call an ASB buddy, and we celebrate our teacher or staff member all throughout the year. But today, we decided to give them ice cream sundaes. So we had them come out, and all of the ASB buddies made their own teacher and staff buddy an ice cream sundae, which was a really nice personal touch. Currently, we're in the middle of AP testing this week, as well as next week, and we're wishing the best of luck to all of our scholars. We are extremely proud of all of our spring sports. Baseball finished their season which with a win, which was great for them. Softball won league for another year, which we're so proud of them. Then the boys volleyball, since it was like their second season as a team, they did such a great job, and we're so proud of the way they ended their season. Boys tennis did an amazing job, and some of the boys qualified for CIF, which was great. And then swim did an amazing job too at finals. They did such a great job, and one of their relay teams moved on to CIF. And then track, the participation was incredible, the amount of students we saw in track and field, and a couple of them also did qualify for CIF, which was last week, and they did really good. Although the year is ending, some of our fall sports are already preparing for next year, so you guys are going to hear and see some great things from them. Tomorrow, there will be a wellness fair at the high school. The goal of this fair is to help improve mental health, as well as to celebrate Mental Health Awareness Month. It will be from 11:20 a.m. to 1 p.m. All students are going to participate during fourth period and during lunch. There will be various stations. Some of these stations include cooking, building blocks, puzzles, coloring, yoga, games, pin making, clay making, journaling, and so many more fun things. They will receive a passport, and they can keep track of what their stations they are visiting. And then when they turn in their passport at the end, they will be given a goodie bag and a raffle entry. Turning in their passport gives them a raffle entry, and they have a chance to win over 80 different prizes, which there's some pretty good stuff lined up. This is the first time DHS has done something like this, and it will be a very exciting event, which you are all invited to. And then coming up, we have our jazz band will be having their annual Jazz by Moonlight event, which will have many special guests. And then since we're in the middle of several senior events, some of the events coming up are senior breakfast, senior sunset, senior checkout. They'll be checking out next week. And then I know the students are gonna love grad night. And then their last event will be graduation. And then seniors' last day of high school will be next Thursday. And then all of our underclassmen will have finals in 2 weeks and then go on their summer break. There's always so much life and excitement at the high school. So many great things have been going on. I'm so grateful that I've been able to share the 2023-2024 school year with you all. It has been a great honor. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Priscilla. Excellent report. And just where is grad night?
It's at Disneyland.
Okay, very nice. Well, that should be a lot of fun. All right, well, thank you very much, Priscilla. So we're going to go ahead and move on now to the superintendent's report.
Thank you, Mr. President. And we do have one public comment on the superintendent's report. So I would invite Mr. Steve Hernandez to come forward. Good evening, Steve. You have 3 minutes.
Yeah, I just I wanted to acknowledge that I saw the letter of your resignation and moving on, but what I wanted to tell you is that no superintendent that's left here has ever done worse. They've always done a lot better wherever they've gone, which to me is a good indication that we've gotten rid of a lot of good people. The only and to confirm that, what I'd like to tell you is that your one of your predecessors was handpicked by the same group that picks on all our superintendents, and he didn't leave any less pretty away than anyone else. I just like that you, for one, are going to go on your own terms, and you're going near home, and you're going to an area where I guess the kids are in abundance. And that seems to be the reality of that area. But that's like Clovis. Clovis is the same thing. They went from a couple of high schools to now I think they have like between 6 and 7 of them. So, and I don't see that not being a surprise in your area, but you'll be able to, with your experience from here, you'll be able to know just exactly what to do and where to do it. And I just wanted to thank you for everything you've done and tell you that although you got picked on at the last meeting, I think what we saw tonight is a pretty good embarrassment to those saying that our schools aren't good and our kids aren't doing well. But in all reality, I think that our kids can do even better because class sizes are so small. So it's disappointing to me to see that all the excuses being eliminated, there's no difference in performance. But I just want to wish you the best and thank you for all that you've done because, believe me, I didn't see any of it as easy to do or easy to accomplish, but we still have all our schools with the exception of one. And I look at the schools around us losing so many, and I see them selling off the property for money they can never use. And yet, you know, you've found a way around that. So thank you. And thank the board for supporting him on his ideas because between the two of you, there's been an incredible job done, especially during COVID and after COVID. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Hernandez. I guess I'll do my report now. Let's see. Give me 1 second. So as Priscilla so eloquently shared, we are coming towards the end of the school year. And again, there's so much to be celebrated. There's so many things that this school district has accomplished. And I just want to call out some specific things that have happened. over the course of this year. Both of our high schools went through the WASC accreditation process this year, and both of those high schools came out of the WASC process with flying colors. And for the community, again, what WASC is the Western Association of Schools and Colleges, and their job is to come in and look at schools and look at whether those schools are providing a robust, holistic, comprehensive educational program that would then warrant that school being designated as a WASC accredited school, so that way Duarte High School graduates' diplomas are recognized by colleges and universities when our students go to apply. That's a really, really important piece. Additionally, specifically at Maxwell International Baccalaureate Academy, that school went through the transformational process of authorizing the IB PYP program many years ago, and over the course, during and throughout and on the other side of the pandemic, they expanded themselves to also then include and be authorized as a middle years program as well. There are only 12 dual PYP and MYP authorized IB schools in the state of California, and one of them is in our district. That's not a small feat. That's really, really important, rigorous work that is happening across our district. There's a lot to be proud of, and we continue to recover from the pandemic. We continue to make investments in the social emotional development of our students. We continue to make investments in supporting our staff as they navigate a lot of the challenges that have come to be realities in a post-pandemic world. To expand on that, I think the Wellness Fair as an example is, again, recognizing that Duarte High School is actually recognized as a state model program for the Community Schools Initiative. State level, spoken, highly regarded at the State Board of Education level by the President of the California State Board of Education, recognizing Duarte High School for its investments in the mental health, social, emotional, developmental needs of our students. That's really, really groundbreaking work. That's a testament to the leadership of Mr. Haro, Mr. Ernest, Ms. Hulamard, Mr. Castellan, all of our Duarte High School staff who believe in our kids. I stood actually on this floor a couple of weeks ago doing a presentation with the City Council, and I was asked the question, what are you gonna do to fix Duarte High School? USC, UCR, UC Santa Barbara, Cal Poly Pomona, Azusa Pacific University, Citrus College, the names go on and on and on, software engineers, cybersecurity experts, physicians, lawyers, social justice advocates. Not my opinion, you just heard them say it. You just heard them say what they're doing and where they're going. It's because of the work and the investment of every single one of our staff members. It's because of the work and the investment by every one of our leaders. It's because of the work and the investment by every member of this board that is what we're producing as a school district, factually and directly. Factually and directly. That's what we're producing. So I don't need to, nor does anybody need to fix Duarte High School. I'm going to implore people to stop saying that. If there was one message I would want to leave this district with, stop saying we need to fix Duarte High School. There is greatness emerging from that school every day, every week, every month, every year. And it's because of the staff at Maxwell, and the staff at Valley View, and the staff at Beardsley, and the staff at Royal Oaks. That's why it happens. So I'm a little bit on a soapbox, and I apologize, but there's greatness in Duarte. Beardsley, yesterday, KTLA is in front of Beardsley recognizing Hannah Rodriguez for being one of the 5 best teachers in the state of California. That's at Beardsley. There's greatness in Duarte. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Priscilla Navarrete. I talked a little bit about her, but I'm going to say it again. She is the quintessential example of the great potential that exists in this community. And I want to implore everyone to remember to lift our kids up and to talk positively about them every single chance you get, because they're listening and they're watching and they're extremely impressionable. The last thing I'll say is I want to compliment and recognize Mr. Rick Crosby and our negotiations team, as well as the leadership of CSEA under Christy Young and their negotiating team for reaching a tentative agreement yesterday. And that tentative agreement is in line with what the board has authorized, what the board directed, and it is something that we believe is in the interest of supporting our staffs to the ability and the level of what we can do for our staff. And so there's information that is out there. I won't go through the specific details, but I will simply say that we've reached that tentative agreement. We're excited about our labor partners going through the 610 process to ratify that, and we're excited to bring that item back to the board for their consideration at our June 13th board meeting. And with that, that's the conclusion of my report. Thank you, Mr. President and members of the board.
Thank you very much, Dr. Amerson. All right, we're now going to move on to the request to address the board. I see at least a couple yellow cards up here, so if we could move through those, please.
Yes, sir. Our first speaker is Mr. Tom Reyes. Good evening, Mr. Reyes. You have 3 minutes, sir.
Good evening, board. What we celebrated here tonight, that was our top 15%. There's more than 15% of students in this district that we need to take care of and address. Don't get caught up in this. There's a lot more work ahead to do. Someone mentioned that class size is down? No way. I still have teachers complaining to me about class size. You're going to put new portables at Beardsley? Why? When you have a facility that with open classrooms, empty classrooms, we need to reopen Andrus Duarte, okay? You have apartment buildings being built in the city that are going to bring people here. There are going to be some students there. Where are you going to put those students? I've had a couple students turned away because they said there wasn't any room for them. And I'm not going to tell you what school that was at. And for someone's information, we didn't close one school, we closed 2 schools. Okay, Northview is not our school. It was closed. Okay? And this charter thing, you guys need to get our money. They're getting that facility. Are they still getting it for $5 a year? Are they still under Prop 39? And nobody, since I was on the board, and I requested that there be a count of at least 80 students that lived in Duarte, I still haven't got that. And the people still don't know anything about that. Board, you need to learn how to say no. Why are we borrowing, putting up to borrow $4 million? What are you doing with our budget? And Dr. Emerson, I hired you. And you and I had many conversations. And you can say you did great things, but in my eyes, I'm embarrassed that I went through that with you and spent time with you and told you all my concerns. We've lost so much parent participation in this school district, it's unreal. You know, I wish you the best. Good luck to you. I hope you work hard over there because you got to skate here. You were able to just skate by and you got raises that I would have never approved, board. Over $300,000, that's what it says on the California, on the website. You're supposed to be here for our children, not the charter school. You're supposed to be here for our children, board, and not for your name on a building, Mr. Bell. Thank you.
Next, our next speaker tonight is Gennaro Ralph Ramirez. Good evening, Mr. Ramirez. You have 3 minutes.
I'm here regarding transportation for my child. We live about 1.5 miles away from Valley View, and I live literally around the corner from Andrews Duarte. According to Legislative Council's Digest, an act to amend Section 39800 of and to add Sections 39800-1-2 Education Code relating to school transportation. Existing law authorizes the governing board of school district to provide the transportation of pupils to and from schools whenever, in judgment of the board, the transportation is advisable and good reasons exist to do so. So my question is, what can the school district do for me and my kids on transportation?
Thank you for the question, Mr. Ramirez. We actually don't, you've lodged your question. We'll have staff connect with you. All right, members of the board, our next speaker this evening is Heather Messner. Good evening, Heather. You have 3 minutes.
Good evening, board. Good evening, community. Tonight I have some amazing Duarte Unified Education Association members. And we're here to talk about some concerns that we have. And the number one thing that we want to make known is that our negotiations are occurring again next week. We hope to come to an agreement. But we know that what is available for us, what has been said, is that the leftover money from COVID, the COVID funding, is what's available. And it's problematic because while there has been budget issues, it's a continuous issue of putting us, the teachers, the staff, at the very last of the priorities. And you see all these amazing things that we're doing here in Duarte. And we've talked about, like, the kids who come up here and present their projects, and the teachers who are guiding people, young minds, to valedictorians and salutatorians, and all of the amazing things that we're doing here. And Hannah Rodriguez being the only female California Teacher of the Year, having KTLA in our schools and showcasing the amazing work Beardsley's doing and what's happening in Hannah Rodriguez's pre-K special education classroom. And yet there's $0 for us. That is so wrong. It's so upsetting to hear this year after year, that when budgets are made, we are not considered. That has to change. That system of creating a budget needs to change. On the budget, or on the requests for approval, is a consultant for the business department. Last month in April, that consultant made $14,000. That's triple my take-home pay. And we're being asked to approve that with no cap. A consultant who has not done anything to mold a valedictorian, a salutatorian, make children into robotic engineers. I'm extremely upset that we are still here year after year. When I became the president of this association, it has been the same story year after year. Signs on the sidewalk. The very last part of the school year, and we're still trying to come to a fair agreement. And what's left? The scraps. The scraps of the budget is what's left for us. That is not okay. That's not what most districts are doing. That is what needs to change. Because I have great relationships in this district. I love working for this district. I love my students. I love each and every one of my colleagues.
That's your time, Heather.
Thank you.
Next, we'll invite, our next speaker is Mr. Steve Hernandez.
This brought me to a time I remember in school when I read something by Mark Twain that just kind of fascinated me. He had been convinced to go to a political rally, and there he heard two people use a lot of statistics to justify their side of the story. And each one accurately showed how their numbers matched what they were saying, yet they were so different. And he was asked after that, you know, what he thought of it. And he said he just learned a new lesson. He said, numbers don't lie, but liars can count. And this is part of what I see tonight. Now, when it comes to teachers and their pay, it's based on the ADA. We have 2,700 kids, and that's where the ADA money comes from. And to me, if they want more, they're going to bring more kids in. That's the bottom line. They have to bring more kids in. And they're not going to do it by what they say they're doing. They're going to do it by winning them over and keeping them here and wanting them to come here. That's what Arcadia, that's what Glendora, and that's what Walnut Valley has done. And they've done it very successfully. And they're not bound by different rules in our school. They're bound to the same rules since they're all public schools. I used to sympathize with what they have to say, but as things keep going the way they are and they keep complaining that they're not being paid the best, well, they're not. But the bottom line is there has to be more kids. We have not let any teachers go, not even when we closed Andrews Duarte. It was one teacher let go. And this is part of our problem. And maybe perhaps it's time we started to let some go. We just can't keep spending money we don't have, and by law we can't give. And as far as a charter school goes, the education code says they don't have to give us a stinking dime for that school. So they do. And that's something that I'm grateful for. And when it comes to kids in our schools that aren't part of CS Arts, they put their kids in our elementary school, or in our school, our middle school, and I guess now in 6th grade. Those kids are not brought in under CS Arts. They're brought in under Duarte. So they're basically counted as our kids, not as CS Art kids, although they spend, you know, half their time in our school and the rest of it at CS Arts, and we get 90% of that ADA money. I just don't understand where the complaints are that we have to give up money from administration requirements or from any other requirement to give it to them. It's something you earn. That's the way it's been through my career. Basically, if I didn't have clients, I didn't have work. And if I didn't have work, I didn't get paid. So I don't see how it's any different. They have to do more and stop complaining. Thank you.
Our last speaker card this evening, we'll welcome Renee Hulamar. Good evening, Renee. You have 3 minutes.
Good evening. Thank you for taking me at such a late notice. But I felt like what I'm hearing tonight, I just want to tell you from my experience and perspective, both sides can be true. Some of our classes are smaller, but those are honors and AP classes. If you're in a Gen Ed 10th grade English class, you are in a packed classroom. If you are in math after lunch, teachers are dealing with a lot. But I want to say this about DHS. DHS is doing well. The current juniors, who will be our new seniors, in that class, last year we're in the throes of AP exams right now. Last year we had 2 classes that had perfect scores on the AP exam, Environmental Sciences and World Civ. This year, the current juniors, in my career at Duarte in 30 years, I probably have had one person recognized by College Board as an outstanding merit student, and we've had kids who've been honored and been under commendations. This year of the junior class, we have 15 students who were asked to apply for scholarships through the College Board based on their PSAT scores. We have one of our students this year who scored 99 percentile on PSAT. But the reverse of that is typical of what we had yesterday. I was testing a student with extended time for 5 straight hours from 8 o'clock all the way through the afternoon. When I got to my office, there was a student who was involved in a situation where we needed to call Children's Services. Right at that moment, a teacher, one of our English teachers, called me to let me know that she had concerns about mental health issues for a student who has been homeless, who has been through hell, and is one of our top juniors. He came in, we wound up calling the PED team. Peter stayed with his siblings. As I talked to the mom, we had to call social services. The teacher, the student, and I touched bases with each other before 9 o'clock last night, and that's been happening a little more frequently. So it's not easy to spend a year that started the way that it did with a student with mental health struggles, to end it this way, to support our kids who are doing well, and then to know that there are people in this audience who feel we don't deserve anything for the time that we put in and for the love and respect that we show our kids. And if your kid is at Duarte High School, I can tell you this I can tell you, the staff is completely committed. More than academics, it's the health and safety of those kids. We had a lockdown the other day that turned out to be something that was kind of fairly easily solved, but people pull together and support each other, and I won't have the school or the district be bashed by people who have no idea what's going on.
That's your time,
So please
Renee.
consider us. Thank you.
Mr. President, that's the conclusion of public comment.
All right, thank you very much, Dr. Emerson. We will now move on then to the general functions. First item under general functions now is to approve the minutes of the regular board meeting from April 18th, 2024. Can I have a motion to approve those minutes?
Motion to approve?
Second?
Motion by Board Member Carroll, second by Board Member Bell. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Next item is the construction and modernization project update for May 2024. This is just to receive for information. It was published in our agenda for this meeting. Dr. Emerson, I did want to, on this item, just ask really quickly about there had been discussion at a previous meeting about having, on like a frequently asked questions or something about the construction and modernization on the district website. Can you give us an update on that, please?
Yes, so that is in, I would say, its final draft form. It was last being vetted by legal counsel. I think it is in my queue to review one last time, and then we can post it and have it go live on the district's website. But it is ready. It's ready to go.
Okay, great. Thank you very much, Dr. Emerson. Any other comments from board members about that? All right. So we'll now move on to the approval of the consent calendar. The next item of business is the adoption of the consent calendar. Does anyone want to remove any item for separate discussion or action? Since we have no objection, may I have a motion now to approve the consent calendar?
So move.
Second.
Moved by Board Member Bell, second by Board Member Holguin. Any discussion? Seeing none, we'll go ahead and vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you, Board. All right, next we have the second reading and approval of board policies. May I have a motion?
So move on the,
Second.
Motion by Mr. Bell, second by Board Member Carroll. Any discussion on these items?
I was just going to say that I actually got to see the books in the district office, and Nadia was there when I was looking at them, and I was really actually very pleased with the new textbooks that are coming. Well, of course, so how many years were the other textbooks? A lot. Okay, so these are just so vivid, and there's like workbooks with them and teacher. Can you explain that a little bit more of the books?
Sure. I think that might be for the next item, but
we'll do that?
I just
Okay.
want to, if you want.
We'll do that. We'll ask, sorry.
Do you want me to answer it now, or you would?
Oh, no, we can wait.
Okay.
Wait on the next one. We'll tie it to the next one.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. We'll save that comment for the next item. All right, let's see. So we had a motion and a second. Any other discussion on the board policies? Seeing none. All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right, thank you, board. All right, we're moving on to educational services. Next item is the textbook adoption for science kindergarten through 5th. Is there a motion to approve?
Move to approve.
Motion by Board Member Bell, second by Board Member Olguin. Any discussion now?
The textbooks.
Okay. Thank you. Yes, these textbooks, and it really is a whole curriculum. It includes kits, science kits for the students and the teachers to do these hands-on experiences. They're aligned with the new NGSS standards. They have really wonderful videos. They have workbooks. There's the traditional textbook. We went through I just want to, make sure everyone knows too that we went through the board policy, which involves all of our teachers, who really did a very, very thorough process to determine which are the best curriculum for our students here in Duarte. So a really great shout out to the teachers who were involved in that. Took us almost a whole year to do it, but really pleased with what we have and really excited to get them in the hands of our teachers for the first day of school coming up.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions or comments, board? All right.
Oh, I was going to ask one thing.
Yeah, go for it.
Did anybody else show up, or do you get a lot of parents coming in looking at the books, or?
We had it, per our policy, we had it on public display for 30 days. And I'm not sure that we had any, but they were open for the public, and we published that for people to realize that they're there to look at.
Okay, thank you. It's just a question I had because I don't know if I'm the only one who saw the books too, but it's always nice to go see the books and check them out and get to see what exactly are in the books. But these were surprisingly, I was really pleased with what I saw in these books. Like the new information. I mean, when you think about it, there's so many things that are up to date now, and very colorful photos. And I thought it was a good set of books for the kids, actually. And I went through all of them, a little bit of each one. So, okay, thank you.
Thank you. All right. So we can go ahead and vote to approve this textbook adoption. Again, this is for science kindergarten through 5th grade. So all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right. Next item is textbook adoption for science grades 6 through 8. Can I have a motion to approve?
So move.
Second.
Motion by Board Member Bell, second by Board Member Diaz. Any discussion, board? All right, seeing none, we'll go ahead and vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. All right, we'll receive for information. This is the program offerings for summer school 2024. Dr. Hillman, can you remind us of the start date for summer school?
I want to make sure I get it right. June 3rd.
June 3rd.
It's June 3rd through June 28th. It's Monday through Friday, with the exception of Wednesday, June 19th, which is where we take off for Juneteenth.
Yes, excellent. Thank you very much. All right, now we can move on to the business and finance section. First item is, I almost said first item up for bid, but this is a resolution. So this is resolution 18-23-24, which is a temporary interfund cash borrowing resolution for the 24-25 school year. Can I have a motion to approve this resolution?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Ms. Diaz, second by Mr. Bell. Any discussion on this item, board?
Dr. Emerson, would you please elaborate a little bit about this?
Yeah, I'll jump in and then ask Ms. Bell to add anything. This is, it's regular routine. We do this every year about this time. It simply is forward-looking to be able to ask the board for the authorization to do inter-fund transfers as necessary to conduct district business in the 24-25 school year. Ms. Bell, anything that?
Thank you very much, Dr. Emerson and Ms. Bell. Any other questions or items of discussion for this item? All right, so all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right, moving on to Resolution 20-23-24, authorizing the closure of revolving cash accounts.
So moved.
Can I, can I get a motion?
So moved.
All right, a motion by Board Member Diaz, second by Board Member Olguin. Any discussion on this board?
Again, Dr. Emerson, when you say close these, what exactly are these?
So going back, thinking about old, I think when I was talking with Dr. Finley about this, we said when we were wee lads, there was a cash revolving account at the school because there may be an emergency popped up for the PTA and they need donuts, and so you got to run out and grab donuts. So you grab from the revolving cash account. I don't know the last time we were doing any kind of cash business. I mean, when something comes up now, we use the district credit card, or in some cases, in very extreme cases, somebody uses their own personal funds, and then there's a reimbursement process. But we don't do cash, and so that's an antiquated process. And so this is a ability to close those accounts, sweep those funds back into the general fund, and then just do business the way that we normally do in the 21st century, which is pretty much cashless.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Emerson. Yeah, I guess if our school, what is our district motto is 21st century schools producing 21st century students, we probably can get rid of the cash. All right, so board will go ahead and vote on this. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Next item, Resolution 19-23-24, which is cash borrowing resolution from Schools Pools Fund of Los Angeles County Treasurer for the 24-25 school year. Can I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second?
All right.
No, go
So,
ahead.
so,
Go ahead.
so there's a motion by Ms. Carroll and a second by Ms. Diaz?
No, it was the
Or was the reverse? All right. Strike that from the record. It was a motion by Board Member Diaz, second by Board Member Carroll. Any discussion on this item?
What is the difference between the other ones that we just approved to this one, Dr. Emerson?
So the difference is that there's a pool at the county level. Remember, we don't always get our funds in nice, even batches, and sometimes there might be a cash crunch, and so we may need to borrow money until those monies come in thereafter. And so this, again, is not us borrowing anything. So just to be clear, we're not borrowing any money. This is the board resolving that if it comes to a situation where we do need to, you would have already authorized and resolved to allow that to happen. So that's all this is. And just in case that, the apportionments that come to us don't come to us in nice, orderly, sometimes we're waiting.
Thank you.
So this would be similar to me putting my credit card on my kid's phone, and I don't give them authorization to go and spend it. It's just there in case of an emergency.
Yes, sir. You said credit card, not me.
Okay. All righty. Any other item or points of discussion for this board? All right, we'll go ahead and vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right, that passes. Next item, year-end appropriation transfers for the 23-24 school year. Can I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second?
Motion by Board Member Diaz, second by Board Member Carroll. Any discussion?
Just give me a quick example of what type of thing would that be?
Just to work to actually pay our bills for the close of this school year. Yeah, so the first three items were all kind of forward-looking, like in preparation for next year. This one is to actually close up everything this year.
Shut it down.
Correct.
All right, board, any other questions? All right, we'll go ahead and vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right, very well. We are now towards the end of our meeting. We have our non-agendized items now. So I will go ahead and, let's see, why don't we go ahead and go with Mr. Bell.
Look like I'm on the top. I'll just go ahead and
Yes.
go and start right there. Listen, just today, no matter how we feel, people talk about whatever, but when you see the display that we had of students and the young people who have made some achievements, you hear with the schools that they're going to, the scholarships that they've had, and you know, sometimes that we get caught up with what people think is wrong, but I like to focus on the right stuff, and today was that kind of day when we saw a lot of young people with a lot of enthusiasm. They're going to colleges, they're going to other places, they're going to businesses. And that's the reason why I became a board member, to see that this happens and our kids in our community can continue to do it. And again, I'm not sure how Louis or whoever made the decision, but that was one of the best displays since I've been a board member, to see all these young people coming and they're saying what they want to do, saying where they want to go. And those are things that keeps me involved and makes me feel good about being a board member. And again, tell Mr. Harrow, whoever makes the decision how they did that, that was something I needed to see, needed to hear, and I think the community needed to hear, because sometimes I think we get lost in other things. So just say thanks for being able to display what we saw today. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Bell. All right, how about Board Member Diaz?
Thank you, Mr. President. I echo Mr. Bell's words, but I will say that Mr. Bell has a huge experience that every year change. 35 years? How many years, Mr. Bell? 35 years?
I don't know. Pretty close.
And I will say 26, 27 years. It's always the same thing. At the end of the school year, you will hear negative comments, positive comments. But I think the results, we can see it at the promotions and graduations at every school site. And that's the main reason that we are board members, that we want to serve the community. I appreciate all the work and effort that every single teacher does in our district. I appreciate the work that all the superintendent, assistant superintendents do in our districts, in the parents, and also the parents' participation. But I will tell you something. Every parent have a responsibility to make sure that when their kids get home, do their homework. I'm speaking for myself. When my kids, when I was a younger mother, my son now is, my oldest daughter is 50.
What?
I remember telling my daughter, let's go to my neighbor so she can help you to do your homework, because I didn't speak any English. I used to tell my daughter, help Junior, which is now 45, tell him how to do his homework. Mom, I want a toy. I want to see how your notes are. And so we as parents have a huge responsibility with our kids. And if we want to see results, it is a partnership. It's not just to come to the microphone and speak and trash the board and trash the teachers. That's not right. And when elections are coming, people have to come and trash us. That's not right. And I will tell you that I am very proud to serve with all of you in this board. You make the decisions. We have to study everything that you give us every month and make sure that when we come over here, we are prepared. Not to be asking. The reason that we ask is for the community to know that we ask, but we know already. We just want them to know. And so I am very proud. I am very proud to be on this board, and I am very proud to see this student that is with us tonight, an example of what every student should be doing. The support of the parents are very important, and as well as we did with the last student board member, she was sitting here tonight. She was amazing. So I am very proud. Are we perfect? No. That we are on the way? Yes. We cannot tell our kids, fail our kids, saying that our teachers are not doing the work, saying that in public that we are not supporting our kids. That's failing our kids, and we are not. So I am very proud. I'm not ready to say goodbye to you, not yet. But I will tell you that I I've been here and I think that I went through 7 different superintendents, and it has been the same. They never get along with the superintendent. Not even if they're sitting in here or up there. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. So I can keep complaining, or I can be part of the change. The solution.
Yes.
So thank you for allowing me to serve. I know we have a guest tonight in our boardroom, and I will say that you're gonna be a great company in this in this partnership. No, I want to say thank you. And as always, I say, Mercedes, thank you. Thank you for being there. Thank you for representing the district always the way you do. Thank you. And before I leave, I don't want to change everything that we say at the last board meeting, but I just want to make sure that everyone knows that Mrs. Bullock's passed away, and her services will be on the 17th at Shamrock Church. So at 9 o'clock viewing and 10:30 the service. So I know that we adjourned her memory before, and so thank you all of you for allowing me to be part of this team.
Just, it's on, the church of Shamrock. It was on Second Baptist Church on Shamrock. I'm sorry, just to make sure.
Great, thank you very much. All right, Board Member Carroll.
You know, I'm going to echo everything they're saying too, but you know what? I was thoroughly amazed. I've been on a couple of organizations where we're looking to give scholarships to our students here at the high school. 120 essays later, I mean, the top 50 is even, I couldn't believe how many straight A students we have in this school. Even in the top 50 are great students. And to pick out of a pool was really hard to do. And to try to be fair, and you're thinking like, I wish I had more money in these groups to give out to kids. So when I saw this many kids coming to right here today, I wasn't surprised. We have such smart students, intelligent students, well-spoken students, you know, and that goes along with the teachers at that high school and the teachers in the elementary school, middle school. And I asked a question to all the kids in one where I said, in the school, who mentored you, who inspired you? There was quite a bit of teachers that were named in that school. And I'm gonna say my daughter also was part of that 4 years ago, who graduated from UCLA. And because of those teachers, and because of Siuki or certain teachers that taught her how to write so well for her to be able to get through UCLA and get through it at honors. She graduated with honors. I know there's such excellent teachers in our school. And like I said, we shouldn't, like Raina said, look at the negative. I mean, we're not perfect, but what's going on in the school actually amazed me this year, that there's something else going on. And like Dr. Amerson said, there's greatness in Duarte, and I believe it. It's just what I saw this year. It's just what I was reading. And it just continues. And I'm just so proud of our students. I'm proud of our educators here, our staff, our administrators. And I couldn't be more prouder to know that our district is great. And my son, he's going to Citrus right now, is doing awesome because of mentors in the school too. Kevin Morris, you had Mr. Y, you had other teachers in the school. And he has such motivation right now, which I have to say has to do with our school district here. And I was a parent starting from kinder, yes, all the way through. So I saw it. I was a Valley View parent, so I saw how amazing teachers there. Mary Jansen's amazing. Along the way. So I just wanted to echo all that down, because we can't be negative about our school district. There's no reason to be negative. I see the positive all the time of all the things that we're doing here and we're trying to accomplish here. But I was going to say to Priscilla, she's an amazing, you're right, example of a student. And behind those students are also supportive parents, and parents that you're right, have a lot to do with their making sure they do their homework and making sure they keep up with their studies. So I have to applaud the parents too when it comes to that. But I was going to say how exhausting. Just everything she mentioned at this high school and the end of the year is exhausting, because I'm already exhausted after she told us everything that's going on. But otherwise, I just want to also say that I'm just thoroughly proud of just everything that's gone on. And tomorrow, we're having the jazz concert at the high school. So I hope everyone can come and see that, because we have amazing, talented students on top of that also. That would be there playing. And again, and I'm trying to see if I missed anything else. I mean, you talked about the WASC. You talked about just, there's so many great things. And then like Hannah again, from Beersley on Channel 5 News. I saw the clip on that. So again, I'm amazed of our district and what is done. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Board Member Carroll. I'll go ahead and go next, and Ms. Holguin and Priscilla, we'll go to you guys right after. So just be prepared.
We'll be here all night.
Anyway, yes, I do think that there is a lot of pride that we can and should have in our district. And we are certainly not perfect, and we have room for growth. And that's part of the exciting thing about being in education is expecting that there be growth, that there be that the growth mindset. That's what our kids are taught in school, that we can appreciate the status quo, but always know that there's more out there and things better that we can do. And it was really nice. I don't remember ever having the honor roll students come up and say where they're going and what they're planning on doing afterwards, but that was pretty great.
I thought so too.
Very, very, very nice. It was, I try to flip the pages back 25 years when I graduated, and yeah, I mean, I knew what I kind of wanted to do. I had something in mind, but I don't think I was with the level of conviction that I see in these students. And I think that is just so exciting. It is the road ahead for our country and quite frankly our planet is going to be a difficult one. And part of, the majority of the solutions to the problems that lie ahead are germinating right now in the minds of these individuals that just were presented tonight. And that is extremely, extremely exciting. And I mean, I'm going to do my darndest to be a part of the work that they're going to be doing. And mostly, I feel like I'm just going to try to get out of the way and let them do their thing. So I am excited about the end of this school year, where we get to recognize our graduates, and for this momentous occasion, for this great accomplishment, which is graduating from high school and going on to the next step, whatever that may be. Whether that is going to university, whether it is going into a CTE program, going to an apprenticeship, whatever it is, this is an exciting time to be taking that leap out into the unknown, because really the world is their oyster. And I love seafood, so I'm looking forward to seeing what they can do. So with that, I'll go ahead and move along to Priscilla. Do you have any items you want to say at the end here?
I do today. I wanted to say thank you guys for letting me do this year. I've learned a lot. I've seen a lot. I've been able to grow my own confidence, which has been great. And I really hope that I've been able to really tell you about the high school. And For one of the last things I wanted to tell you about the high school, I just wanted to tell you one more thing that I had thought of during since my report. So I mentioned Clash. Clash is something that gives the students confidence. They have to come in with confidence. They're competing against one in another, all the grade levels. They have to have confidence, and that confidence doesn't build overnight. It takes time that they've built since they were younger. Like, for example, my class, 2025, when we were all freshmen, we came in with confidence. That helped us with Clash, but in general, it gave us confidence. Confidence that we were given when we were middle school, elementary school. It was a buildup of a great foundation. And the majority of the class 2025 went to the USD. They've been here all since kindergarten. And they've had such a great foundation, and getting to see how that foundation is built and getting to see what it's like has been so incredible for me, getting to see that. And I'm so grateful that I've been able to do this and been able to share with you all. And thank you, Dr. Amerson. Thank you so much. I've been so grateful to see all your work, and you work so hard, so thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Priscilla. All right, and Board Member Olguin.
They leave the best for last.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
I mean, I was so impressed with all these kids. I mean, I remember last year, and maybe they weren't all here, but it wasn't as many, or I didn't notice. I mean, they're amazing. I mean, I was so impressed. And I've gotten to get to know a lot of them, so it's more personal this year than last year. And actually, I found myself getting emotional, and I'm thinking about it. I'm like, oh my God, they're going to graduate next year. I won't see them anymore. So, it's going to be bittersweet. I'm looking forward to all the awards, all the events that are coming up in the next 2 weeks. I mean, we have promotions and graduations, one after another. And as Cece was saying, I was part of 2 of the committees with the scholarships, and oh my gosh, it was impressive to read them. And I was like thinking, we have to do more fundraising. We need more money to be able to pick more kids. And as she said, there was 120, and you can only pick, let's say, 5, and you're like, oh my God, but there's 20 more. It was so hard. But anyways. I'm just looking forward to the end of the year, seeing these wonderful kids graduate. Thanks to everybody, all the teachers, parents, the staff here. You guys are incredible. Dr. Amerson, I'm going to miss you. But, you're just a phone call away. Anyways, everybody, make sure you guys show up tomorrow to the Jazz by Moonlight, 7 p.m. The jazz choir is amazing. We went last year, and we're going again. Thank you so much, and everybody have a great evening. Thank you.
Thank you, Board Member Olguin, and I believe Dr. Amerson had one item he wanted to bring up. Although I'm not limiting you to one item.
Understood. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. I would be remiss if I didn't. I just wanted to make sure that I did formally recognize Mr. Greg Magnuson, who is here supporting the district. He's working with LACO and working with the district to support us as we continue to navigate our budget and building a robust budget that is going to serve our students and our community's needs. And so I just wanted to make sure that I recognized him and said thank you for being here and supporting the district. So thank you, sir.
Good job. Yes, sir.
And then lastly, thank you, but I'm not leaving yet. So I've got a lot of work to do, and our team is ready, and we've got a lot of work to do. And so thank you for the well wishes.
You have to allow us to do that, because we don't want to be crying at the last stage.
That's
so
that's
we
true.
are getting prep, okay? We
Fair
are
enough.
getting prep.
Fair
Okay.
enough. I'm humbled, and I thank you, and I appreciate it. But I am staunchly focused on working with that team down there to make sure that we continue to move our district forward. That's my only focus right now. So thank you again, and that's conclusion of my comments.
All right, thank you very much. All right, we can go ahead now and adjourn our meeting. Can I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Motion by Board Member Carroll, second by Board Member Diaz. Any discussion? None. All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Board.